Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, well, a lot of new campaign footage for Halo Infinite has just dropped, like, just now, actually, as of this video being uploaded. Well, very recently, actually. And we're going to be taking a look at all of the campaign footage and just point out a few interesting details here and there that you might have missed. Now, there's actually a lot of footage, like I said. It wasn't just IGN that posted it. And actually, IGN didn't even just post one video either. Both IGN and Game Informer posted multiple videos of Halo Infinite campaign footage. So, we're going to be taking a look at all of the footage, not just one single video. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. And let's start off with the first thing, which is this famous quote, "I need a weapon," is back.
No, 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 no. Not then! Not again! We need to run!
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
So, in case you don't remember where that famous quote is from, it's actually from Halo 2, during the Cairo Station intro cutscene, where after they come under attack from the Covenant, Master Chief tells Johnson he needs a weapon, and then Johnson tells him right this way. And I believe that is a reference to that. That's a pretty classic quote from Halo 2. Now, for number 2, it's now confirmed that these scenes where Chief is holding the purple version of Cortana that we've seen in a couple of trailers and campaign overviews, so those scenes are all just flashbacks, actually. Flashbacks to when Master Chief first got Cortana, and maybe even a few flashbacks to some other moments he had with Cortana in the past. So here's one example.
She's not the driver, but a way to level the playing field.
What do I call her?
Ask her. She named herself.
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
So previously, during the campaign overview, when I saw those scenes where Chief was holding the purple version of Cortana instead of the current blue, the weapon version, I speculated that, maybe somehow he gets the original Cortana back, or some other thing like that. But it seems like that might not actually be the case. It seems like all those moments that we see purple Cortana, he's actually just having a flashback, or the game is just showing us flashback. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he won't encounter Cortana again, but for now, that's just what it seems like. Whereas, we'll be mostly seeing the regular weapon Cortana now. Now, for number 3. So let's just listen to this first.
As 343 has clearly stated, Halo Infinite isn't quite a true open-world game despite it featuring massive sandboxes. Zeta Halo is broken up into island chunks. Land masses can be connected by bridges, and Chief can eventually call in things like a wasp to fly around anywhere after they're unlocked.
So that wasn't the first time that 343 has, clarified that Halo Infinite is not a true open world game. But I still see a lot of comments from people insisting that Halo Infinite is open world. But that's not the case. In fact, what it really seems like, and based on what IGN has showed us, Halo Infinite is gonna be closer to ODST, really. The whole open world is broken up into different chunks. Now, of course, these are much larger scale chunks than ODST, but it's going to be into chunks, just like ODST's New Mombasa City, where each chunk is kind of like a different section with different missions. Anyways, moving on to number 4. During this scene here, where Cortana steps into the hologram, or actually the weapon, I'm not used to that yet, but we see what appears to be the back section of a crashed UNSC frigate. Now, for one, that reminds me of the Fort of the Dawn's, back section. But that's not the point of this. The point is that, if you didn't notice, it is a UNSC frigate. But what's interesting, or what it suggests, is that a lot of missions are probably going to be, like the person at IGN that was showing the footage mentioned that a lot of missions are kind of like resource collection missions, or kind of like fetch quests for Master Chief. And that's not surprising for a lot of open world games. But what that frigate suggests is that we're probably going to be scavenging a lot of weapons and resources from, former UNSC outposts and like crashed UNSC ships. And we'll probably see a lot more crashed UNSC ships on Installation 07. So that's probably like our first sneak peek at one of the quote-unquote side quests that we'll be having throughout the Halo Infinite campaign. Now for number 5, this one is actually a pretty interesting one to me. So in this scene here, we see that the hologram recording that the pilot has while he's on the Pelican has actually been updated a lot. Previously it just showed his wife, but now it shows his wife and child. But the main thing is that the original version that we saw in that Halo campaign reveal, like a long time ago, many years ago, the main thing was that this recording was actually of a real person done using a Kinect sensor to record it, like an Xbox Kinect sensor. And I even like recreated my own version of that recording using me, and just you could see that it's basically the same kind of visual effect as the one we see in that footage, in that trailer, in that initial reveal. So it seems like now they're actually just using like an actual in-game model. They're no longer using the Kinect recording, which I thought was cool that they used the Kinect recording for that. It was an interesting way to showcase the Kinect's abilities. Anyways, for number 6, elite ranks are once again returning for the enemy elites. So you can see here there's a red elite there, that's an elite major, and then the blue elite, which is, you know, just a regular elite minor, I guess. So in previous Halo games, in Halo 4, I don't think elites had ranks at all. And in Halo 5, I don't remember like elites, aside from like friendly elites, having ranks. I could be wrong about that though. It's been a while since I played a Halo 5 campaign, but elite ranks are definitely returning, despite them all being banished elites. So anyways, for number 7, energy swords in Halo Infinite seem to still be missing like effects, or seem kind of like flat to me. Like they don't have like those energy effects like they used to on the previous energy swords and pretty much every previous Halo game. And I remember like the first time like people saw the energy sword, a lot of people speculated that it was just, you know, like an early version, it wasn't finished yet. But now in this campaign footage, now that we're this close to launch, unless it's like a really older build still of campaign, it seems like that might be the final version of the energy sword. And yeah, it still seems kind of incomplete to me, but maybe that's intentional, maybe that's how it's supposed to look. For number 8, a classic enemy from Halo Reach has returned, and that is the Skirmisher, which I did not anticipate seeing, but they've actually come back now, and they've technically, as far as Halo lore goes, they've been missing for a long time. But here we are, Skirmisher right there. And in this second IGN footage that was released, we could get a closer look at the Skirmisher here too. And yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Skirmishers, and actually like even in the real world, it's been like a decade really since we've seen Skirmishers. So that's pretty cool that Skirmishers have returned. I personally actually did not like Skirmishers in Halo Reach. They were kind of annoying to fight in gameplay, but they were still a pretty cool enemy nonetheless, and hopefully they're not as annoying to fight in Halo Infinite as they were in Reach. But anyways, speaking of returning enemies, we finally got our first look at the Hunter. This is in another Game Informer footage. Different one, I think one of their trailers actually, because like I said, there were quite a few videos released, so if you missed a few, then I've hopefully made sure to cover all of it, but if I missed any, then let me know. But anyways, here's what the Hunter looks like in Halo Infinite. The Hunter is indeed back. I can't tell what kind of weapon the Hunter is using though. I don't know if they're using the beam weapon again, or if they're still firing fuel rods, but that's what the Hunter looks like. And for the last thing that we'll be taking a look at is the day-night cycle in action. So here in IGN's second footage, we could see during the scene with the tank, it's actually nighttime, and you know it's dark out, and the Scorpion has to use its headlights. But what's significant about that is because in the campaign overview from 343, that exact same part of the mission, that same moment, it's actually daytime. So that suggests that when IGN got to this point in the campaign, they either got there earlier or they got there later, and it was the time of day was different. So that's basically some footage of the day-night cycle in action right there. But anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys found this video to be interesting. If you enjoyed it, and as always, make sure to leave a like, leave thoughts and comments. If there's anything I missed or anything else that you think people might have missed, let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!